Hello, Roger Martin in Billings, Montana. This is a little video on Billings. That's the Yellowstone River right here. There's plenty of hills around here and trails.
Billings is one of those places that is so unique. I mean, there's really very few places where you have the history, the culture, and the outdoors just within an arm's reach.
Now there are rims around all of us. There are trails on these rims. There are people climbing those rims.
How I describe Billings is this great culture plate for amazing innovation as far as all these crafts that are coming up, like breweries, coffee shops, food. There's a lot of great artists here. There's phenomenal events happening and people, and it's an urban area that has like this nice small town rural Montana feel too. It's just
Well, we're the biggest city in Montana and a lot going on. There's some negatives here too. I lived here all my life. Employment's not that great, but raising a family is wonderful here. Great location for that.
it's this weird combination of both.
It's kind of a well-kept secret, I think. Billings is just a small town with a lot of people in it. It became home really quick. A lot of great Western history here. You know, Yellowstone Kelly is buried up on the rims. I was told at one time Calamity Jane lived here on Montana Avenue. And if you look around Billings today, there are murals and Old West scenes to capture the Old West, what made Billings Billings.
That's the Yellowstone River. Runs down here. We've got hills and all the way around here as well as rims.
So the Yellowstone River flows right through town. If you're into any type of water sport, whether it's paddleboarding, kayaking, rafting, we have that right here. With that river you can fish, you can walk along the river, you can do all those wonderful things.
We really are this trailhead community. And on the rim rocks, you know, that really just kind of outline and shelter the community. You're able to hike. A lot of people just come up every single morning and walk their dogs. A lot of people.
All right, I'm moving on here because maybe you're not interested in Billings or my hometown, but it's a great place to raise a family. Not so great for employment. We're going to move on here. One of the great things here is the LDS community. There's a lot of Catholics here, and they're probably one of the biggest religious groups here. But we do have the Billings, Montana Temple, and we do have the Billings Mission Home here for the missionaries for most of Montana, some of Wyoming, and North and South Dakota. Pretty cool shot of the temple. Anyhow, moving on here. I'm going to talk a little bit more about me and what I hope to accomplish here with this video. We're going to talk a little bit about my family. This is a shot from Lorna, one of her wedding cakes, just beautifully done. I love photography. I'm not that great at it, but this is just part of my wife's talents and her abilities. This is one of the shots in Red Lodge, Montana. This young Indian lady came out with the elk tooth dress and on a horse, and she had done the work on this blanket. She's on this pony here, just part of the Western heritage and culture around here. This is kind of a hard picture to make out, but this shot in here is of a glass fish. This is actually a glass fish in Cody, Montana. I don't know who did the work on the fish, but wow, some real skill in glass work to make a trout like that and to put it in for display. This is one of the shots at a camping place we took, Holland Falls, and I just love camping and going out with the family and doing things. And Montana is so full of great camping stuff, mainly in the summertime if you like warmer weather, but also in the winter. It was a while back, but this is Colton and Michelle, oldest daughter and husband, and their oldest son, Tavian. This was years ago, about 8 years ago. But it just shows you how important family is, and it doesn't matter what their age are, you need to get out and have fun with them. Here's another shot at the same place. And I think of my wife Lorna here, and by my side, and the two daughters above her, Abigail and Sandra. Abigail and Sandra. So anyhow, family's where it's at. Make a difference in their life and in the lives of others by what you do, say, and the time you spend with them. This is a shot up at Glacier, and there are so many unique things at Glacier National Park. This is another shot at Glacier. Really steep mountains, lots of forests, lakes, and other things. And again, one more shot at Glacier. Lots of lakes there as well. Great fishing. Of course, this is Tony Robbins, and I'm going to leave you this with a New Year's resolution.
You know what that day means, don't you? January 15th is the cutoff. Statistics show that 95% of the people that actually made a New Year's resolution have already broken it by today.
Now, I don't want you to do that. I wanted to show you a simpler way to keep your resolutions and put some commitment behind it. I hope you get the program with me, Dream Your Life Amazing with Bill Ebert. One thing I would like you to understand is that commitments to be kept need to have something strong enough emotionally connected with them. Let me show you here something. I'm going to close you with this. This gal's from TEDx, and she's, I think, in Rainier, Washington. She talks about drawing your pictures, where you currently are, where you currently want to go, and 3 ways to get there. You got to see it, believe it, and do it.
It will tell you. See it, believe it, act on it. Now, the danger is, if any of those 3...
All right, and the most important is acting, but you really got to believe it, you got to see it, and you got to do it. And you got to work on it. Change doesn't come without work. If anybody tells you it does, they're lying to you. Again, this is Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. Join me in this quest to make 2017 the best year ever. That's it. Make it a great year. Let's work together. So Bill Ebert and other mentors, and let's make it a super great year.